this week we're doing something slightly different, but also quite the same. Someone on the Pontiac Owners Group UK Facebook page has asked me to give him a hand. He lives only about an hour away from me, so I've stuck my welder in the back of the car and I'm off down to Reading. Paul has got a 1985 Trans Am, which looks quite nice from what I've seen of it. He's bought it pretty recently, and of course the previous owner, or the seller, has said, yeah, it's got no rust, just this tiny little patch. And if you've bought classic cars before, you won't be massively surprised that was bollocks. So we'll have a quick look. It doesn't look too bad from what I've seen. We'll have a look when we get there. So bit interesting, hopefully, different car, and hopefully we can help someone get their classic car back on the road. This is Paul's Trans Am. I think it's actually owned by his stepson, but he's helping him fix it up. I think it's a bit better than all the parts in it suggest, but we've got the Flintstones option, which is obviously not ideal. Looks a bit similar to mine actually, and there's a few other little nooks that need some attention. There's one over the other side which you probably can't see, and this seems to be an area that they go for whatever reason, not entirely sure why. And this is probably going to be the most challenging, particularly as it's on the outside and needs to look nice. But down here, what we're going to do, we've got this bit of a mess here, so what we're going to do is just put a plate over that and then try and make a lip for a big panel to sit on, or if not one big panel, then a couple stitched together. So yeah, see how we get on. Looks like it could be a nice car actually. There's obviously, they've been doing various bits of work on it, lots of wiring apparently, and cleaning up the engine bay, the rocker gaskets and stuff. It's got obviously it's 85, so it's got 80s fuel injection, which is a bit scary to me actually. Last car I had with 80s fuel injection was an old XR3i. Not quite the same. So yeah, let's put different bumpers on it. I think he said that was an 84 bumper, front and back. Some work to be done though. Well, I actually forgot to show you what the patch looked like, but we've essentially cut a bit of metal out in that shape and then just spot welded it all the way around, and I think that will look, we're going to grind it down now, but I don't think that's going to look too bad. If there's holes after we ground it, then we'll add a bit to that, but that doesn't seem too bad to me.
Forgot to mention that part of the reason I went over to Paul's was to give him a bit of confidence with doing these sort of patches on his own. So this is him using my welder for the first time and just getting a bit of practice.
Just do a blob on one and then a blob on the other and then join them up.
Yeah.
a little bit too long on the trigger. There's loads of heat in that now, so you have to move on to a different bit.
Yeah.
So we've just made a little lip. This bit here isn't really holding the thing on, it's just giving it a bit of strength. We've actually welded it. You can see. Maybe you can't see. Welded it pretty comprehensively underneath. So that'll be fine. And now we're just making a big piece that goes, it's going to fill this hole basically. Well, it's going to fill that hole there, and there's going to have to be another small patch that's going to go over there. And I'll try and get some video of the actual welding. Right, so the third panel that we're doing is just to fill this portion here. So all we've done is we've cut a piece of steel and we've bent it in a couple of places. I'm just going to tack it in, and then we're going to hit it with a hammer and make it fit. Right, I've not recorded some of this because we're kind of running out of time, but we've got the same reinforced panel that, or stamped panel that I used on my floor pan, and I've zapped it in just enough really, and Paul is going to go around afterwards when he's got a bit more time. So then we're just going to put a square piece along here, bend it slightly, similar sort of fashion really. It's a little bit patchwork, but there won't be a hole. Right, I think that's where we're leaving it for today. A little bit patchwork, as I said, but there's no holes there now, and Paul is going to fill in the gaps between the spot welds and give it some paint and some seam sealer, and then put some carpet on it, and no one will ever see it again.